So I, as a 38-year-old man, am just figuring out what photographers have known for more than a century, which is that it takes patience. And if you want to get the good shot, it takes a lot of patience. Professional photographers wait for hours and hours and hours, or days, to get the right light, to get the right air conditions, atmospheric conditions, if you will. You know, I was taking pictures all this week, and none of them came out because it was just too hazy. There was too much pollen in the air, too much humidity, too much dust. And today is, I am lucky to say, a very clear day here in Wyoming. There are stories of Ansel Adams waiting more than a month, camped out in the same spot to get those pictures that he's so famous for. I don't have that patience, but I'll tell you what I did do is I left the parking lot and I drove down to this lookout spot so that I could get that. It's worth it. It's worth the extra half hour. Am I going to camp out here for weeks to get the perfect light? No. But I'll be back after a short hike and it'll be close to sunset. I'll take one more picture. So the hiking trail I'm on now, it's called the Joyner Ridge Trail. There's a sign back there that explained that I'm going to be hiking through 3 different ecosystems. We got some prairie on one side. Oh, hey, who's that? Huh? We got forest on the other. And up ahead, apparently there's a ravine. So that's a threefer. So I just passed a guy on the trail here. And he said, "How you doing, sir?" And I keep getting that. Sir. On this trip, people keep calling me sir. I don't know if it's because I let my beard grow out a little, or my age really is starting to show. I don't know. Do you get called sir? No. Doesn't get called sir. He's way older than I am. There is a frustration that comes with photography that I think is similar to writing and the other arts, that you can never really create the thing that you have in your mind. You know, the picture that I take is not going to convey what it is that I'm experiencing right now. You know, I'm seeing something incredible, then I take a photo of it, and the photo's like, you know, it's all right. I forget which modernist or postmodernist philosopher talked about that sort of solipsistic experience of art, that we're isolated from other people and that we can never exactly convey what it is that we're going through or thinking. And I feel like as my writing gets more fluid, I'm getting better at that. I think I'm doing a better job of conveying what it is that I'm actually thinking. We'll see how you think about that. But for photography, I'm still such a beginner that what I'm seeing right now is indescribable, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to capture it. Let's give it a shot, though. I just tried 3 times to share that experience that I was having. I don't know if they're any good. What's funny though is I keep getting accidentally better shots of Devil's Tower just by talking to you. And I think that really, really highlights the absolute incapability that we have to be, what's the word? Deft. It highlights the incapability that we have of being deft and precise. Welcome to humanity. You know, for most of my life, I was against taking photographs while on vacation. And my reasoning was that if you're taking photographs or thinking about a future you or another person, and you're not being mindful, you're not being in the moment, that this whole thing would be a lot better if we all just experienced it. I mean, that's a true statement, I think. I don't think I'm lying. But if we're being honest, a lot of it comes from my childhood, where my dad would stop the car and break out his camera, and we'd be sitting on the side of the road for 10 minutes while he got just the right shot of something. And, you know, as a 7-year-old, that's not what you want to be doing. And I was so tired and annoyed. And then as an adult, it's like you get stuck in tourist traps where everybody's just taking pictures and they're holding up the line and they're making the crowding worse and they're fucking up the traffic and they're taking up more space than anyone else because they have to clear the way for them to get the right shot. And like, it's like, motherfucker, can you just put that away? Can we just enjoy this? So, you know, take your deep philosophical explanation or your sour Glenn annoyance explanation. But eventually I changed my mind. I had been single for a long time, and I was very lonely, and there was nobody to share these experiences with. You know, for more than a decade, I was in relationships. And so those vacations that I took where I didn't take any pictures, there was someone else there to share that with. You know, when you're going on the vacations alone, it feels extra lonely because you're sitting there having this experience, nobody to share with. So when I was at Yale, several people in the office said, "Hey, take pictures. Show us what you see." I said, "Really? Do you actually want to look at my vacation pictures?" And they said, yeah. So I started taking pictures while I traveled. And I made Google Photos albums. And I sent the links to all my friends and all my coworkers. Some people looked at them. Some people liked them. And I certainly didn't feel more present in the moment. It certainly was a distraction for me to be taking pictures while I should be watching where I'm going. But it was nice. It was really nice to be back having someone to share the experiences with. And it's an imperfect sharing, and it's very brief. And a lot of people just don't look at the link, don't look at the pictures. And I can't blame them. I don't like looking at other people's vacation photos. But some people did, and some people commented. And I found ways to make a game out of it. I would tell little stories in my Google album that I thought were funny, or fun, or dark, or interesting. Like that time I was at Devil's Tower and I tripped and I fell and I hurt myself because I was vlogging instead of looking where I was going. That was a funny one. Speaking of watching where I'm going, I think I may have found the beginning of that ravine. So when I got back to the van, I was sitting there deciding whether I should stay till sunset when a car came screaming up the road, and then another and another, and all these people got out, and it turned out that they were a photography class. They were getting set up to photograph Devil's Tower at sunset. And I was annoyed that they were there, but I was also jealous. I wanted to go join them. But I decided to hit the road, and I ended up getting my own sunset photo.